Thanks, Cathaoirleach. I'm delighted to get the chance to speak on this and to say that we fully support this, and hopefully as well that we will see its speedy passage now, because I do feel like we've probably been discussing this issue for quite a long time, and it's totally unacceptable that the family of a child who were the victim of a homicide couldn't name them. And before I was actually expecting maybe to get the chance last week to speak on this, and I spoke with a family that I know, and there's a number of families in the Carlow-Kilkenny region that would be affected by this, and one man in particular described it as frustrating and traumatising, as in sort of re-traumatising, that they felt that they were being silenced or gagged, and that the rights of the families to free speech was somehow less important than the rights of the perpetrator. And I think it's important that we do take that on board. I think in general our justice system really needs to improve for the families of victims. You know, there really are, the situations are horrific. It's very difficult obviously for families, but then being faced with a system that is oftentimes very cold and very harsh, and you don't actually know the rules of the system, and people do feel genuinely that the rights of the perpetrator somehow trump their own, as you know, families of the victim, and that's really, really unacceptable, and we need to work to change that. And I actually think it is something that probably everybody in this chamber, regardless of your political party, would want to see that being changed. And I think it's, you know, great that we actually are taking this issue on board and doing something constructive about it. But I would just like to say, I suppose, that we have had this debate, and obviously it's very important, and it's important that everyone gets the opportunity to have their voices heard. But I do think the families really are, you know, waiting for this to be passed. And I think we should be doing everything in our power to have it passed in a speedy and a timely fashion. And then I think we do need to look at wider consultation with the families of victims, you know, about how they have been treated or how they have felt they've been treated, and just learn from that and see what we can do to improve that situation. It's a horrific situation for anyone to be in, but certainly having maybe more of a helping hand or a system that seems to be a bit, you know, kind of more sympathetic, I suppose, towards the families would certainly be a lot better. And I think hopefully Ministry might take that on board. There's a number of groups that many of us could put you in contact with in relation to this issue to have consultation with, just to improve that system for everybody. Thanks.